Okay guys, so we finally finished Cosmos here. These cards are really hard to get, not gonna lie. But we finally got their coach, as I like to always say, and I'm pretty satisfied with the results of my list per se. I've been testing it a lot with a couple of people on Dueling Network and a couple people in real life as well. And the deck has been performing at a very high level. Obviously, I think right now, with the format being the way it is and Breakers of Shadows or whatever the heck it's called, not currently out yet, I feel like this deck is the best deck right now. And this deck right now is geared to, in my opinion, beat the Mirror Match and beat the Magic Spectre matchup or the Performance Pal and Friends, whatever you want to call it deck, or the Perform Age Magic Spectre, which I like to call Magi Mages. So let's go ahead and get into this list here. I've been playing with this specific build for like 2 weeks now. Give or take 1 or 2 cards, like tech cards or whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this list here. Dart Destroyer is the greatest thing in the world, to be honest with you. It's just ridiculous. That's why we play 3 of them. You have to play 3 Dart Destroyer. Yeah, like this card is so good. You can pop a card for free. You can pop itself, and I'll show you a card later on that is really good with it. I'm playing the Reasoning build, obviously, and if they don't call 8, usually blinding going into it, they're going to call 1 or call 4, and theoretically you can hit any one of your ships and then get a plus off of it. Reason being, this can summon itself. This gets summoned, and you can like kill it, and then you get a Forerunner out, which we play 3 of as well. And being able to go ahead and have access to a Dart Destroyer later game when you have a Kozmo Town, you can add it back to your hand is ridiculous. So we play 3 of that, 3 Forerunner. You still, I think, have to play 3 because of the Reasoning build. You can just mulligan back a lot of ships back with your Kozmo Town, and it's still not bad at all. And then 3. What's this card called again? Pilot. I call him Pilot. He's a Slip Rider. So pretty much with this is sort of like a MST, but you want to hit this to just extend your plays as well. And being able to play Kozmo Town, and they're not obviously not going to call this card. If you can somehow Reasoning it with the Kozmo Town on the field and hit a and hit one of these, hit your Kozmo Town, get your Farm Girl, and then you can Farm Girl into a Farm Girl, get a Dart Destroyer, tag out for Dart Destroyer. After you already attack with this, kill this, get another Farm Girl, whatever, attack, and then you get another search, and then from there you're just golden at that point. So like this card like extends your plays, which is really cool. Then we have 3 Farm Girl, the reason the deck is played for the most part. Then I decided to play 1 Strawman. I'm not a real big fan of this card per se. Don't get me wrong, the power of this card is ridiculous, but I think one of is honestly fine for a couple of reasons here actually. One, for the sole fact that you can just that turn 1 play, like I said you have, when you can like Reasoning into a freaking when you can Reasoning into a Dart Destroyer gets banished. You can, if you have the normal summon, you have this in your hand or E-Tail it, you can get that back and then do your play. And then if you have a Kozmo Town, you literally just have a Dart Destroyer banished with the Strawman banished, and then you can start looping your Strawman plays. And I don't see a lot of people actually doing that, which is kind of crazy to me. Then for the bitches, as I call them, the good and the bad bitch, we actually end up playing, let me get this back in the sleeve here, 2 Wicked Witch. I think she's broken beyond belief, but I was playing 3 at one point, but then I decided to add in 1 Good Witch. Now the ratio with this, now I don't like her at all. I actually just hate her, believe me, but I think in the Mirror Match this is the out to this card, and being able to stop their plays without being able to have them pay 500 whatever or 1,000 whatever the effect is of it. That's a problem actually, not being able to get over this card. They just pay 1,000 and you just can't do anything to it for the rest of the turn. Now this card turns it off, and then you can banish it to get your big monster out. You can obviously get your Forerunner, get your Slip Rider, get anything, and just do what you need to do. And it's an out to a lot of things. And having Good Witch in here is just solely for the Mirror Match because of this card. This card's crazy. And then I play Double Honest and I still think Honest is needed. A lot of the times against like Magispectors and stuff, I will side it out. But I think Games 1s it's needed because you can. Instead of becoming a very offensive card, this has become a lot more of a defensive card now. So I feel like Honest is still needed for the most part. And then I play one Ghost Ogre. The reason I play one Ghost Ogre in the main deck, I love the synchro options and being able to, you know, negate a card on the field or like a scale per se, like a Draco Slayer, is really cool too. It's not like the best thing in the world, but the synchro option is there, and it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. That's it for the monsters. I'm not exactly sure how many monsters that is, like 20 I believe, 19, 20. Then for the spells, obviously play 3 Kozmo Town. This card is the reason the deck is so broken, because you can just reuse everything, why not? Then play 3 E-Telly. E-Telly's E-Telly. You need to play 3 because you have so many targets you can play in the deck. And then for the cool part, as everybody has seen so far, 3 reasoning. I've been testing this for like a month now. Whenever the new cards got announced, I thought to myself, or when you had, you know, the basic 4 monsters and the Kozmo Town, I thought this card was very good. I tested it for a little bit without the new support, the 4 new cards, with however many monsters we have now. I feel like reasoning got a whole lot better because the ceiling got higher, obviously. You can climb the ladder a lot easier, and you're almost always going to get a summon out of this, believe it or not. Now, in testing, it's been flawless. I played in the first tournament we played in at Super Games. I had to play against Blair round 1, and he called 8 because obviously he's scared of Dark Destroyer. The first card was Dark Destroyer. That's the only time it's failed, other than the next time, which is against Blair game 2. Reasoning, and I tried to bait out his Tempest, and with my Farm Girl. So Farm Girl got banished. He Tempested away. I'm like, cool. Reasoning. He calls 4. I don't know why, but then I hit a Farm Girl from the top, and he had a Cyclone for it, so I couldn't use the effect to get my Dark Destroyer out, and he just won the game from there. But other than that, this card has been amazing. Like, I'm not regretting playing this card whatsoever. Then I played double MST in the main deck. Now, extend your combos with Kozmo Town. It gets to your cards if you end up bricking and everything. But at the same time, MST is very good just because, you know, pendulums are becoming a thing again, and, you know, Cliffort was a really big problem back then, and now, you know, being able to stop your opponent from doing a play is pretty crazy. And then, like, on top of that, you know, Tempest, Storm, and Cyclone are actually retarded too, so, like, I don't want to get hit by those cards. And, you know, having MST in the deck really helps, and plus, like I said, it helps with Kozmo Town. Then for 3 1-ups, we have 1 Gold Sark. I like it because Kozmo Town, it's a free roto with Kozmo Town. It is free strawman fodder, stuff like that. I think it's really good. I haven't had any problems with it. 1 Allure of Darkness. Allure plus Kozmo Town with a dark in your hand is retarded, and I think that definitely is a thing, and I think a lot of people don't play it, need to be playing it. I saw a few lists in the top decks, in the top 32, that did not play this card, and I think it's totally wrong that you didn't. And then played 1 Raigeki. I still think Raigeki is really good. If you notice, that's the end of my spell lineup, rather, excuse me. I don't play any more Dark Holes. Those are actually going to be sided. I feel like, or probably not even that at that point, but I feel like Dark Hole is subpar now with Magispectors being a thing, and Raigeki is just one of those cards that I think you still need to be playing, regardless of anything. If not, side it, but I think main decking it is probably the best route to go right now. So, that's it for the spells. I believe it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 15 or 16 spells, and then we have traps. 6, 8. I believe we have 7 traps. Now, like I said, this is built for the mirror match and built for the Magispector Performing Pal matchup. So we got double Stormy Mirror Force. Now, people might disagree with this. They might not. So this destroys the mirror match in a sense when they're trying to go off with their big ships and they don't have a Kozmo Town. That's the funny part about it. You storming them and pretty much win the game at that point. I did that against a mirror match at I forget where it was, but then against the mirror match, and I had got rid of, I slip ridered both of his towns, and then I MSC'd the other one, and he got rid of both of his farm girls that he searched, and he went for game, and I had a mirror force, another card that I have in my deck set, and he hit the other card and then attacked, and I mirror forced all the cards back to his hand, and he could not play at that point, and it was actually just hilarious. But double storm and mirror force, and then for the other tech card, not really a tech card, but I'm maining it because don't want to lose, is double time space trapple. Double time space is obviously there for the Magispector matchup. They pendulum, send them all back. This matchup per se with the mirror match, because you know, trying to keep. It's hard to explain. I'm going to do a video on it later. It's going to be called Climbing the Ladder with Kozmos. Now, it's going to be geared towards the mirror match and whatnot. And this card, per se, helps with the mirror match a bunch, because having your opponent stay at the same step as you the entire time, if you can outstep your opponent, is what I'm calling outstepping. If you can outstep your opponent once, I think you have a really big shot of winning that particular game there. And having that opportunity to put them down a step when they try to go Dark Destroyer, or when they try to go Forerunner, they try to go Slip Rider, or even if you, since as you guys see, I don't play Dogfighter in my deck per se, I feel like even if they go Dogfighter, Dogfighter a lot of times can cause problems for my deck, because the next lowest thing, or the next highest thing after Forerunner is the Slip Rider. And I can't get over that right there if I go Slip Rider and they go Dogfighter and have a 2400 defense position monster, then a token. So being able to time space trap all that is actually just insane, to be honest with you. And I feel like these cards right here are going to be my game 1 MVPs against the mirror and against Magispectors. Then for the next 3 traps, we have. Now, Torrential could be cool for a few reasons. I'm contemplating not playing it and playing a bottomless in its place, but as of right now, it's been working pretty well for the sole fact that Magispectors do have to make big pushes with Exceed sometimes. And being able to kind of bait out like their Tempest or their Tornado or the Cyclone or anything, and then being able to just, when they have to go into their play, torrential them, and they'll end up losing the game at that point, because if they Exceed, you torrential, they go to the grave, and then from there it's just pretty crazy. And warning, obviously, because warning, vanities, because I can just go, you know, attack with Farm Girl, search my Dark Destroyer, set Vanities pass, and then I play Vanities on their card, and they have a monster on the field, and then I chain Farm Girl, and they hit Dark Destroyer, and they have no cards on the field, and I'm sitting here with the Vanities, Dark Destroyer, and I win the game. But yeah. In this video, I am actually not going to give you guys an extra deck or a side deck. Extra deck, obviously, you guys know, is very irrelevant. Just play rank 4s, play some rank 7s. A few rank 5s, Ptolemaeus, and Diamond if you want to. Side deck, I'm actually going to do a video, like I said, climbing the ladder. We're going to be going over side deck, extra deck, stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that in the near future. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys did end up liking the video, the deck profile itself. I hope you guys definitely try this out. If you guys can get your hands on these cards, I definitely suggest it, regardless of what the meta is going to look like here. I still think even with Breakers of the Shadows, or I think that's what it's called, I still think even if Breakers of the Shadows is not a deck, or is not a set, or the set in general would probably, you know, overshadow Kozmos at that point. I feel like this deck is still just a contender due to the OTK potential with the deck. And there's so many different ways you can OTK just because of this card right here. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you didn't like the video, definitely give it a refresh, try it again. I guarantee you'll like it a second time. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. I am Kyle with TheCardGuyz, and we'll see you later. Peace.